Okay, assuming this doesn't slip and fall off my desk, I'm gonna record this video. So it is late on Thursday, the 8th of March, 2018. I'm just sitting in my room. It's I don't know. Sometimes feel like making these NOFAP videos, and then other days I feel like making them not related to that stuff. But yeah, what the heck. I'll have to divide my channel up. But anyways, it's technically speaking day 6 of NoFap and no PMO. Same thing. I'm doing them together. So just kind of gotten to that point. But anywho, so today we didn't have lab class. We had our midterm yesterday for Unit Ops 1. And went okay. The second problem wasn't that bad. And the first one was kind of like 50-50. It's based off the homework, I guess. And then her like practice exam. And luckily, my friend told me about 15 minutes before because he had the earlier section, so he kind of texted me like what was on the exam, and I kind of tried to write some things down. The third part of it was like conceptual questions, so really like theory based, but didn't feel too bad. We'll see how it turns out, and then I'll have to. Either way, I'm doubling down the second half of the semester to kind of make up for the hiccups at the beginning, which weren't as bad as in the past. I've learned to keep my control better, emotionally, and just be more focused. And I got back the exam, my thermal class. I don't know if I mentioned in another video, but I got like a 56 out of 100, which is passing. It's just a C minus. But with my quizzes and homework, I'm sitting at about like a C plus or so, 67-68%. Yeah, it's kind of fluctuated a bit with some of the assignments we've had recently, but needless to say, I'm passing. I'm not doing that bad, and I have, assuming I really turn things up, I can probably have a B minus B by the next midterm, and then which is in it's about 2 weeks from now. Is the next midterm for thermo, and if I can do really well on that, then I can probably bring up to like a B plus, maybe even an A minus. We'll see. Especially depending if there's some extra credit along the way or so. But I'm handling myself relatively well. Let's just put it that way. I'm gonna really turn up the heat the second half of the semester and just turn those C's or B's into A's or B's. That sort of thing. Or B pluses. I got a biochem midterm next Wednesday, so I'm starting to wrap up the preparation for that. Engineering 10 is tomorrow. That's my intro engineering class. Well, I should be putting together a turbine and testing it out. And that's kind of wrapping up the academic stuff. Other than the fact that and I did mention this in the last video, and Dark Magician did comment on it, but I got ahead on the material with the class, and so I was able to turn that to my advantage, impress some people, made some friends, and or acquaintances, some folks I studied with back on, I think it was Tuesday night at the engineering building for the Unit Ops midterm, and basically, I've kind of used, I've used in a successful sense the Law 12 of the 48 Laws of Power, that one I attempted to use earlier with the whole donations business, to try to break the ice, or create an opportunity for some sort of conversation, or a friendship to occur, or whatever you want to call it, reconciliation. I used that in this case successfully, and I guess it's sort of a trial and error process you have to go through to figure out how exactly you're going to use these principles in your life. It seems simple, like, okay, make a donation, put some money towards some cause, and that'll show that you care, because you're putting your money where your mouth is, so to speak, where your words are. But in a lot of cases, that's actually not the way to go. It's really to borrow the term from rational mailing, I guess you could say it's really average frustrated chump, or beta male strategy, of I'll use my money, I'll use my resources to get this person to like me, or be friends with me, or talk with me, or reconcile with me, or whatever the case may be. as opposed to actions and knowledge and things of that nature. But I made some friends or acquaintances with some folks who um, previously were kind of standoffish towards me, and they are in that girl's social circle. So it's like bit by bit by bit. It's kind of like a game of chess. I'm looking at it kind of like that. Like if you're in conflict with some person who has sort of their army of simps or their army of trolls or whatever, if you can bit by bit by bit kind of bring each of those individuals over to your side, gain their respect, gain their admiration, gain their friendship, it's really what disarms the other person, because in this case, this individual cannot attack me physically, they cannot attack me directly, they can't go after me in some sort of, life-threatening sense. So what do? They use their little network of tools, so to speak, or not I say tools, but their network of people. It's kind of like Varys in Game of Thrones. Like he won't attack people directly or fight people directly, but he'll use his birds, his spies who sing in the west, sing in the east, sing in the north, sing in the south, and they bring him less knowledge, and that's what gives him power, and makes him useful to people, makes him able to survive season after season after season, is the fact that he has that knowledge, he has that network. And if that network was taken away from, which the last season or with it season 6, I think it was towards no, excuse me, it was the end of season 4, he left from Westeros and went to Essos, but by that time he'd kind of found a way to which cause he was going to throw himself behind, and he's able to commit himself to that extent. But even then, he still has his network. If you were able to take all of that away from him, because he does have something of a network still, kind of a backup network. But if you were to take that away from him, then he would lose his power and his usefulness, and he'd be cast off, literally and figuratively. So, what I went ahead and did essentially was, I was genuinely trying to make friends and socialize and whatnot, kind of show myself as being, worth being around, a good person to have around, friend, and I was generally trying to make some friends, because obviously, like, these folks, they end up, going on to the next level next year. I do as well. They're going to most likely be in my senior design team, or at least be in my classes. And some of my dads told me that if you become an engineer, you're going to have to end up at times working with people who you might not otherwise have gotten along with. If it was sort of like a, I guess, ideal situation, you wouldn't choose them to be with you. Like if you were on a deserted island, to use my own words, you might not want them to be on that deserted island with you. But since you're an engineer and you're on a team, you're going to have to learn to work with them, and get along with them, make friends, that sort of deal. So I tried to apply that, and it's interesting because it not only did my sort of like going up to the board and answering that question, or showing that I got the quiz done first before everybody else and I solved it correctly, it kind of changed some folks' perceptions of me, but it kind of dropped my stress a little bit, quite a bit actually. I don't feel as paranoid now. There are some comments and jokes you will make that sometimes, afterwards I'll go back and I'll think, should I have said that, should I have said this, etc., etc., but for the most part, those folks have not, gone and acted weird around me or whatever afterwards. And I've kind of gotten more comfortable being in that group, so, especially combined with the fact that I did all the work for the last lab, it definitely changed people's perceptions. I'm not some screw-off, I'm not a deadweight, I'm not, a weirdo or whatever the case may be. I got my spastic humor, I got my edgy humor at times, but, I'm worth being around, basically. And so it's kind of made my life a lot easier. So, I accomplished that socially speaking. And it's kind of funny because the next day, we have challenge problems that they're calling our reader. And I had gone and shown, the exam, or quiz solution that I, did the day before. And then that girl has to go up and solve the next, challenge problem. It's kind of like this whole competition started. Or excuse me, not the next challenge one, but there were like 2 of them. One we'd been given to kind of do at home, and I'd basically gotten that done, but so the guy went up and presented that. And then after that, the girl had to go up to the second one. So it's kind of this whole competition that's going on now, I feel, at least. And that's good actually in a sense. It's like it's a kind of a competition that's sort of encouraging us to compete with each other in terms of knowledge of the material, staying on top of the material, that sort of thing, like doing the challenge problems outside of class, keeping up with what the professor wants us to know, that sort of deal. And, I'm going to take advantage of that because I already got the next challenge problem done. I'm going to be raising my hand to answer it in the next class session and see what happens because, it's definitely a motivating tool to get myself to know the material and learn the material. But also, it'd be nice to kind of impress the professor for a number of reasons. Not going to get into too much of it, but let's just put it this way: she's from Iran. She's very attractive. She's got a PhD in chemical engineering. Yeah, she's married, so I'm not trying anything. But if impressing her with my knowledge gets her to like grade my exams easier, or maybe she goes easier on our class section, so that we don't get the hard exam, and we all do better. That's what I'm talking about, because anything outside of that is Title IX material, and I don't want to get in trouble with that. I had to go through some Title IX training. We had to do that every single semester because I guess some guys just don't, understand like boundaries and what to do, what not to do, and they don't understand consent or whatever the heck. So the rest of us have to go through this training because so and so didn't know when to stop or whatever the case may be, but or didn't get that the girl didn't like him like that or whatever. Because of that, in that aspect, I'm kind of paranoid at this point. My dad, saw the picture of the professor. One of her official photos, nothing weird, but he asked me, who are your teachers, etc., etc., and I sent that picture to my third one teacher, and he's like, oh, you should, try to see if you can do some, research, undergraduate research with her, and I'm just like, Dad, like, I just gone through some Title IX training, and let me tell you, like, any false move or any, like, anything that can be taken the wrong way, like, I could get some serious trouble, so, and I obviously, like I told you, I do find her attractive, and I don't want to be in a risky situation there, where something happens, not that I would try anything, but, I just want to get my degree and get the heck out of here, not end up in hot water. So, but what else? Oh, I'm still waiting for my Nintendo Switch. I guess I tried to drop it off at the house twice, and I didn't know that when they were delivering it, so I wasn't able to be at the front door. And I'm gonna have to call them and figure out when their other delivery times, because if they try delivering it tomorrow, or if they have an actual place I can go to pick it up, then I'll go there to pick it up. If I have the time frame they're gonna be here, then I'll just wait at the house. Assuming I don't have to be in class. What else? Pretty much everything I've ordered has gotten here. Oh, I ordered some more scented candles actually. Two of them came, and there's a third one on the way. But this is all stuff that I bought off of Etsy. I'm trying to find stuff that, it has like the essential scented oils that are associated with the scents or incense that's associated with different spirits of the Goetia, as well as the different planetary intelligences and planetary angels and archangels and so on. And that way I don't have to have anything that produces smoke, because I have a fire alarm here, and I don't want to start a fire. I don't want to have the alarm go off. So just tried to find some sort of substitute. This is actually it's a soy wax and a candle, and I don't know what vetiver essential oil is, or I know about myrrh obviously, but it's hand poured, so it's kind of like handmade, really nice. I might consider buying a few from my mom actually, but what else has happened? Not much actually. At least outside of that, studying, doing stuff in my classes, reading the Rational Mail. I haven't really been posting much lately, I guess, but food wise, I bought chicken shawarma wrap and some kanafe from this place that's like there's like they make Levantine cuisine. I guess they call it Mediterranean, but you know it's like Mediterranean. It's really broad. You know, when people say Mediterranean, they typically mean Levantine, but you know it's because of the way things are these days. You can't say this. It's Palestinian or like or Lebanese or Syrian or whatever cuisine. It's like people get like all freaked out and offended or whatever. I guess, and they'll be like, "Oh, I'm never gonna eat that," even though it's friggin' delicious and healthy and all that, But yeah, they got to use like the Mediterranean label. And given that I'm Greek, and my dad's side, like I think, okay, it must be Greek food, right? But it's not. But you know what? I love it. I remember back when I was studying Arabic down in San Diego, and they had all this food. We had to do like a project on a different country in the Middle East, Arabic speaking country, and I ended up doing mine on the UAE, but like people bringing in their delicious Middle Eastern food, I'm just like salivating over that. That was so good. But what else? What else? I don't know. I guess I'm just reading what's happening lately. Again, it's like in a sense, like the video is related to NoFap because I'm talking about, hey, I got through 6 days, but so much of it is about just doing other things with your time and like learning to understand your thinking, So I guess this will be titled a NoFap video, but it's like, oh, I just had a thought pop in my head. It's kind of random, I know, but I was going to record this video earlier, but essentially what happened was I looked at the clock and I realized that it was 8:10 and I had to go and run off do my laundry, get my laundry switched from the washer to the dryer. So I ran off and I was about to say something that was kind of profound, I guess. But I think it kind of occurred like this last weekend, but I kind of passed through this point of like a shift in my thinking, my mental, emotional state where I feel like I stopped caring about things that I have been so bent out of shape about. The girl, other guys being with her, etc., etc. I just like fundamentally stopped caring. And I went and did that challenge problem. I went in the next day, and it turned out that the quiz was exactly like the challenge problem. I got that done in like 5-10 minutes, and I turned it in and I presented to the class. And it's like even her attitude toward me changed. Like it was kind of like, oh, maybe there's a little respect there. Maybe there's a little bit of, oh, he's focused on himself. He doesn't care anymore. He's into his classes, into his coursework. He's on top of things. He's smart, etc., etc. And obviously the other guys, decided to start respecting me, including her, I guess, probably her new boyfriend or whatever the heck the case may be. But I fundamentally like I stopped caring, and it was weird that it's like the whole lust of result deal. You stop caring about that thing, and then you get that thing, or things start to shift in terms of towards a positive direction as regards that that thing you've been lusting after or wanting, because you're kind of just allowing it to manifest as it will. You're letting your subconscious do its work. You're letting the universe or God or however you wish to refer to the divine do what it will, and you're letting your will manifest, and your will become divine by, not caring, not pursuing, not trying to control everything. And I fundamentally I stopped caring. It's like today when I was walking back with my food, I saw her and this other girl walking through the library, and it was just kind of like, was there a little bit of emotional pull there? Yeah, there kind of was, but it wasn't like, oh my God, it's her. Oh, I was just like, okay, yeah, cool, fine, whatever. I'm walking home. I got my food. I'm gonna go do some more studying, etc., etc. Get my laundry done, whatever. And it was just such a minuscule, minor thing to have run into her, seen her, and it was just like, okay, whatevs, Whereas in the past, I'd be like, oh my god, it's her, and she's with so and so. Oh, I feel like being dead right now, or something like dramatic. I'd be getting dramatic about it, and probably annoying some friends, but just not really helping myself. Hurting myself in a sense. But I'm not like that anymore. I'm not feeling that anymore. And interesting thing that occurred as well, and it's actually earlier. It was so we didn't have class today. I kind of slept in. I finally got some sleep, caught up. 'Cause I haven't been sleeping for the last several days or so. It's just engineering student life. But I got a contact from this company over in Cupertino. I'd applied to them through my SGSU, my school's job board, but the guy who I guess does recruiting there or whatever, director of HR, he decided to contact me saying that in the next few days, send you another email, setting up a Skype, 15-minute Skype, talk. Um, and then, assuming things go from there, then we'll maybe have a physical interview. But it's for an engineering internship for this summer. Part time, paid, remote work. I'd be mostly doing, I guess, working with the COO and others in the company, using Excel and so on to process workflows and things of that nature. It's not going to be pure engineering, but it's kind of a mix of engineering and business, that sort of deal. So um, either way, it would definitely be a foot in the door, and it'd be something that would look really nice on my resume, and it'll be something I'll be doing up here, making some money, and then assuming that my grades turn out this good this semester, I toss in the internship with good grades, and this place will be also offering a letter of recommendation and possible academic credit if requested. Um, but toss all those in together, I could use that to as leverage to land a internship or even a job at either at that company or at someplace like Dow or some other chemical engineering company. It'd be definitely a foot in the door because I would have been able to show that I've done an engineering internship and I have good grades. And look, I got an LOR from my boss saying this guy's great, he's awesome, you should hire him definitely, etc., etc. So I'm keeping at it. I'll keep on putting applications in, and I can take 99 no's as long as I get one heck yes. So just keep up playing that numbers game and work on myself, work on my grades, my classes, my everything. So anywho, 23 minutes of me rambling on, and I'm gonna finish this up here. And I might consider doing a live video sometime soon. I'm not really sure on that, but yeah, if you guys want to leave a comment or so saying, hey, we like that or not like that or whatever the case may be, and letting me know if you guys would be live, because right now I got about 60 subscribers, and I'm not quite sure as to how many of them would be there for a live video, but I'll see you folks around. Thanks for watching. Thanks for the likes, the comments, the subscriptions. Thanks for the support, and see you later. Bye.